Hey everyone, today we're going to do a simple makeup look, something that I'm calling the makeup for the makeup averse modern girl. So I know that there are a lot of people out there who they want to look nice and they want to look good. They might have some skin concerns or some things that they want to change, but they're not really interested in wearing a ton of makeup. They don't want a lot of color, they don't want a lot of craziness. They just want to look like a really nice version of themselves. So I am here for that. I'm going to show you the few things that I would do to just enhance one's natural beauty. So the few things that I think about when I think about just like how can I naturally make myself look like the best version of myself. The first one would be color correcting and concealing on my face. So I have decent skin, but I definitely have some things. I have some redness, I have some blemishes, I have some discoloration, you know, my skin's not perfect. So color correcting my skin to get rid of that redness and concealing some of my blemishes and dark circles. That's one thing I'd want to do to just help me look my best. The next thing would be probably brightening my eyes. I mean, like if you're going out and you're hopefully one day when we get to go out again and you're meeting people, like what they see is your eyes. So just making your eyes look bright and welcoming and inviting is another one. And then the last thing would be adding a little bit of color back to your face. So when you do color correcting and concealing and putting foundation on, you're actually removing all the natural color that your face has in addition to covering up like the blemishes and the spots. So adding a little bit of, you know, well-placed color back can be a good thing. And it's not like the blush from the 80s, you know, with the big red streaks in the cheeks. It's just something really natural just to help you look warm and inviting and the best version of yourself. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to start off doing my color correcting tinted moisturizer. I think tinted moisturizer is a really great option for someone who's maybe more makeup averse. Tinted moisturizer is typically the lightest formula you can get. It's going to be lighter than any type of foundations. I know that my company has the tinted moisturizer, then the next level up is our anti-aging foundation, which is like the medium coverage. Then we have a full coverage foundation. So this is the lightest like product that we offer, and it does give a really nice coverage without being heavy. But what I love to use it for is its color correcting properties, because it's got like a green built into it that I don't even have to add myself, and it really helps to cover up a lot of the redness that my skin naturally has, and it even gives like a nice first coat on some of the more stubborn red spots that I have, so that I don't have to do too much of like a heavy concealer on it. So I've just put color correcting tinted moisturizer on my face. I use it in the shade medium, although recently I was testing out the light to medium shade and I can use that one as well, but this is the one I happen to have. And hopefully now that it's getting sunnier out, I will have a little bit of a tan. The nice thing about a lot of tinted moisturizers as well is that they, a lot of them come with SPF in them. Ours has a mechanical shield in it, equivalent to SPF 15, which is great. So you do get some of that sun protection as well. And a lot of tinted moisturizers out there will have some sort of sun protection in them, which is nice because it's one less thing to think about. All right, so I color corrected my face with our tinted moisturizer, and I've kind of just like evened out my skin tone. I'm gonna go in and do a little bit of concealing. So I use this foundation in the color Porcelain, which is like kind of got a yellowish hue to it, because I feel like the yellow in this kind of combats the purple that's in my dark circles. If you have more of a blue dark circle, you might benefit from doing something with more of like an orange tone. But for me, this color seems to be pretty perfect because mine are definitely of the purple variety. This is just a tester tube. Our foundations come in a bottle like this as well, but I was trying to test out what would be the best. I wanted something heavier and more yellow than our tinted moisturizer, but I wanted something lighter than the concealer for my under eyes, just because it's such a delicate area. I didn't want to like pile on product underneath my eyes. So I tried out this, so it's kind of in the middle, I guess, and it works out really well. So I just blend that on with a soft blend concealer brush, and the brush I was using previously is an expert face brush. Although I do sometimes use this flat kabuki brush as well for any sort of liquid foundations or moisturizers. All right, so I just put the porcelain foundation underneath my eyes, and I feel like now they're looking a little less purple, which is good. Next up, I'm gonna take my light concealer. I'm just gonna dot it on very lightly with my finger on a couple of the areas where I might have a blemish or spot. Just a little, that even might be too much actually. Let's see if I can put some back. All right, so here, here, here. I have a few. I'm just gonna pat it on with my finger, and then I'll take my brush and blend it out. And I'm gonna use the same soft blend concealer brush to do that. Sometimes for this area, I might even go back and take like that kabuki brush since it's bigger, just to make sure I'm diffusing it out all the way. Now, if you don't have any blemishes on your face, I should mention, you don't need to do this. I happen to still have skin that thinks it can be a teenager some days, so I do get blemishes, and my face is, I have very sensitive skin, so it turns red immediately. If you look at it the wrong way, it will turn red. So I do need to do concealer. You might not. So I'd say everyone probably out there needs to do some sort of moisturizer on their face. Tinted will just give you a little extra oomph and smooth things out, but you might not need concealer if you're not experiencing any breakouts. Although I feel like most of us are sleep deprived, so you might need it under your eyes, but that's just color correcting on my face, tinted moisturizer, a little bit of concealer, and a little bit of yellow based foundation just under my eyes to kind of cancel out that purple. So next up, I'm thinking eyes. I want to just brighten my face through my eyes, and I'm gonna do that in two ways. One, I'm going to do my brows. Eyebrows are the window to the face, they say, or somebody has said that. And having nicely defined brows, I think, is a game changer. It changes your whole face for the better. I like to get mine threaded. I don't like wax. I tend to, like I said, I have really sensitive skin. My skin sees the wax and it turns red before it even touches my skin, so I like to get threaded. Sadly, I haven't been in a while, so I'm getting like a little bit messy, but we're working with what we got here. But I find that just going and defining your brows very gently can make a huge difference in your entire face. The easiest way to do it would be with a pencil, and I like this one. It's by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I use mine in dark brown, and I just realized I'm at the very end. I can't open it up anymore. So I'm gonna have to go and find out where I can order a new one in this pandemic. Maybe Sephora or Ulta are shipping. So just a little bit. Now I do have microbladed brows, so my brows are already a little bit filled in. You should have seen them before. They were not good. But I would just say my best tips are follow your natural brow shape, adding in small hair-like strokes just to fill in any areas that you have gaps. Like right here, I got microbladed pretty heavily because I had a big eyebrow bald spot. So now it just looks like a nice brow. It's not thick, it's not crazy, it's not dark, but it gives your face just like a polish that you really can't get any other way. You know, if you don't have, I'm not talking about like super defined brows, I'm just talking about like cleaned up, nice. A lot of us like who have darker hair, we might have dark hair, but we might have sparse brows. And then it just like, it gives like an unfinished look to your face, I think, if you don't just like give them a little bit of extra. So that's as far as I want to go. The other thing you can do actually is just, a lot of us don't have enough hair down here. and your brow, you should be able to take your brush, your brow pencil, and like put it against your nose and then this way, and your brow should fit that entire span. So here, I probably could bring this one out a little bit more, but there's the eyes, or the eyebrows, I should say. For the eyes, I'm not gonna do any eyeshadow, but if you have like, I don't know, a day where you're feeling a little tired or you're not feeling like your bright and bushy-tailed self, a little bit of white or even like a really light color in the inner corners can do you a like world of difference. It just brightens up your whole face. So I just take a little bit of this white shadow called Snow on a pencil brush, and this is called Pencil, E30 pencil brush by Sigma, and I just put it right here. And I just blend it in. And immediately, this side looks way more awake than that one. And just a tiny bit of white, that's all. Like I said, you can use a light color. I did too much here. You can use like any kind of really light color. There's a white pinky one we have called Whisper Pink that's really pretty. This Buttercup Shimmer I did the other day, and that looks really nice. But it just opens up your eyes way more than anything else would. Cup of coffee, a Red Bull, forget it. A little bit of white shadow sense in the corners, just like boom, pops them right open. Then of course the next up would be mascara. You don't need to do lash primer. I'm actually just gonna leave it out right now. I'm just gonna put a super quick sweep of mascara on. Just my top lashes too. You could do your bottoms if you want, but because this is for the makeup averse gal, we're just gonna do a little bit. If you're not used to wearing mascara, they make them in a brown shade as well as black, and then a lot of people have black brown as well. I like long, big, full lashes, so I go with the blackest black I can find for mascara. But if you're not used to wearing mascara, you might opt for brown. It's slightly more subtle, might be a little bit less for you to try to start with if you've never worn it before. And they do also make clear. I don't feel like that does anything. I have clear mascara. I use it in my eyebrows. I've never used it on my lashes. So there's a little bit of mascara. And then the very last step is adding that color back into your face. So I have, no natural color on my cheeks at all. I'm gonna take a little bit of this Silver Rose powder on this big fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna go right over the apples of my cheeks. Oops, my hair's in the way. So I just added a little bit of color back to my face, nothing crazy, just a tiny, you just see like a tiny bit. And then to finish it all off, I'm just gonna put some gloss on. I'm not gonna do lipstick. I'm just gonna do a little bit of gloss, and that's it. It's my makeup for the makeup averse girl. Just color correct your face, conceal any blemishes that you might have, brighten your eyes with a light color in the inner corners, frame your face with your brows and a little bit of mascara, and then add a little bit of color back into your face with some blush and some tinted gloss. And I would be totally fine going out like this. I can certainly go out with bright blue eyeshadow as well, but this is a really nice, easy look for anybody who is wanting to look their best and wanting their skin to look nice, but not wanting to put on a lot of makeup. So I hope that you like this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe and let me know in the comments below what else you guys are looking to see. Thanks.